Hey guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Today's episode is going to be about using tarot cards in spells to help enhance your work. If you remember, way back, a few months back, I did a video on in which I did a prosperity spell using the San Martin Caballero statue, which I had placed coins around the base of the statue, and I also incorporated um, the Wheel of Fortune tarot card to kind of enhance it, to kind of give it a little boost to move it along. That's primarily what um, tarot cards are used for, to kind of help give it that little boost of energy to the spell that is needed to help manifest it. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Um, I'm going to be showing you different tarot cards that go with certain situations that you're dealing with. If you find that you're going through any one of these situations, by all means, you can use it and let me know in the comments below the outcome of it, what happened, whether it was good or bad. As always, I love hearing from you guys. I always get awesome, positive comments on what the outcome of your petitions were on certain videos that I've done. So, with that being said, let's begin. So, the first one that I wanted to talk about is um, the issue of finding employment. I know that's a real big thing now, especially with the way the economy is and how hard it is to find jobs nowadays. You want to find a job that's going to be fun and, that you're going to really love what you do and you're going to make money, good money, while you're doing it. So, now with that in mind, you can use a St. Joseph candle dressed with St. Joseph oil and success oil. And you can also use an open road candle dressed with success oil. And remember, when you apply the oil, you put it in a clockwise motion because you're bringing something to you. We're not pushing it away. So you want to land that job. You want to be able to support yourself and your families or whatever the case may be. So you want to apply that oil in a clockwise motion. Now, along with those candles, you're also going to incorporate a few tarot cards. And those tarot cards are the Emperor, to signify an authority figure. This could be the boss, the main person that's interviewing you for that position. This is the person that you want to be able to convince of your talents and that you have what it takes to get the job done. And then he's the one that you want to get on your side, that you want to convince him that you are the right person for that job. So you're going to use the Emperor card, the Magician card, and the Eight of Coins. Now, the Magician card represents you. So this is a person who is pretty much a jack of all trades. They're the ones that are talented. They have special gifts, unique abilities that they can bring to the table that will qualify him or her for the position that they're applying for. And the Eight of Coins is symbolic of prosperity because you want this job to be one that's going to pay you lots and lots of money so that you can be able to pay your bills or provide for your family or get necessities that you need for your home environment. So remember those three cards. It's the Emperor, to symbolize that authority figure, that person that you want to impress. The Magician, which is you, which is representative of you. And the Eight of Coins, to signify, that this is a good paying job and this is something that you really want to land. And you will use these in conjunction with both a St. Joseph candle dressed with success oil and St. Joseph oil. And you will also use a road opener candle to help kind of remove any obstacles that are preventing you from getting that job that you want. I found that using both those at the same time, they're not in conflict with one another. If anything, they help boost the power of that spell to help manifest it. And so that St. Joseph can help you get that job that you want. Next is new love, finding a new love. I know for you single people out there, guys, girls, gay, straight relationships, doesn't matter. Everyone deserves to be loved. We are all God's children, and we all deserve a chance to be happy. In this instance, you will use the Fool card to symbolize something new coming, a new beginning, not being afraid to take a risk. Something, there's a little bit of mystery to this card, which is something that I really like, and it kind of draws me to it. Because you're not afraid of the unknown. You're not afraid to take a risk and get to know somebody. So this is all about taking chances. You will also use the Lover's card in conjunction with the Fool. This can symbolize a straight relationship, a heterosexual relationship between a man and a woman. And you will put that right next to the Fool card. If this is a gay relationship, you will use, rather than the Lover's card, you will use the Two of Wands. And just place it right next to the Fool. If this is a lesbian relationship, you will use the Two of Cups. So either one, whatever the case may be. So that's the Fool, to kind of symbolize, the beginning of something, not being afraid to take the plunge, not being afraid to take chances, get to know people, whatever the case may be. I mean, this is, after all, your life, and you have control over it. And if you open your heart, you can let the right person in. And there's someone out there for everybody. And if you incorporate these cards into your spell, then it will help manifest and bring you a new love. Now, with these cards, you will use a St. Anthony candle. You will also use you can also use a St. Catherine of Alexandria card for a straight relationship. And you can also use the hummingbird candle, which is called the Chupa Rosa candle. You can either dress it with Adam and Eve oil, Come to Me oil, or whatever, whichever you like. I mean, there's no specific one you need, because those are all combined. You can combine those to bring a new love into your life. So next will be, if you're already in an existing relationship and you want to bring that person back. I mean, if you've taken a break already, you've had time to cool off, and you want that person to come back so that you can be able to work things out, you can use the Death card, which is like the end of something, like the end of problems, the end of a period in your relationship where it was just like, it was too much for you. You couldn't handle it and you needed to take that break. So you would use the Death card together with the One of Cups or the Ace of Cups. Now this deck is different because this is my Shakespeare Oracle deck, so the suits are different. The suits in the Minor Arcana are different. The Major Arcana it stayed the same. So if you have a deck that's totally different, that's fine. You can use that as well. You're not restricted to this specific one. But if you want to get a lover to come back, then you would use the Death card to symbolize the end of something, the end of all problems, the end of all obstacles getting in the way. That's a chapter that you don't want to revisit. So close it, move on, be done with it, and let bygones be bygones. And then also use the Ace of Cups in with this spell. And now the candle that you will use is the St. Anthony one to get a lover to come back to you. And use the prayer to St. Anthony. Ask him to bring back this person so that you can be able to work things out. And do it with a lot of faith in your heart. And I guarantee you that it will work. He's very miraculous. I know that he has come through for me numerous times, and I know he will come through for you as well. If you want to, and I'm looking at my notes as I'm talking to you guys. If you have a court case, I know some of you that, if you go through certain situations, like if you're going through a divorce, or if it's like a civil matter between you and a neighbor, or, some familial discord, or between friends, then the two cards to use for that are the Judgment card and the Justice card. Now, in my Oracle deck, Judgment is represented by Vicentio, and the Justice card is represented by Portia. Now, when you have a situation like that, where you're dealing with legal matters or whatever, you want to use two candles in particular. You want to use the Just Judge candle, also known as the El Justo Juez in Spanish. And with that candle, you're going to put the Justice card, because it's kind of like, you want for your representative or whatever, your legal representative, to kind of like weigh out the options, the pros and cons of your case. You want to be able to, for them to hear your case and for you to have enough evidence to back up your claims or whatever it is that you're having to deal with or wanting to settle. And with the Judgment card, you're going to use the Powerful Hand, or La Mano Poderosa. When you have these two, you use this card for the Powerful Hand. You place the Judgment card in front of that Powerful Hand candle, and you place the Justice card in front of the Just Judge candle, and ask them both to help you win your case. Now, if you're trying to rid yourself of someone who is just bothersome, you don't want to be bothered anymore by this person, they're a negative influence in your life, you want them gone, you never want to see them again, you never want to talk to them again, then you would use a St. Alex candle, which is a pink candle, and you would dress that with St. Alex oil. And to that candle, you will add hotfoot powder, which is a mix of black pepper, cayenne pepper, and sea salt. like ground sea salt, and you just mix it together, and you add it to your spell, to in the candle, to help give it that boost, so that that person is no longer a threat to you anymore. So it's cayenne pepper, black pepper, and sea salt. And to that candle, you're going to add the hangman card to kind of bind that person so they don't bother you anymore. And you're also going to add the Two of Swords, or which is represented here. It's quills, the Two of Quills. Now, as I said, this is kind of different for me, but the quills are supposed to mean the Two of Swords. So this card basically means like you're cutting ties with that person. You never want to see them again. You never want to hear from them again. You're cutting off all communication with them. So the St. Alex candle with St. Alex oil, counterclockwise, because you're trying to remove that person from your life, and also the hot foot powder, which is a mix of cayenne pepper, black pepper, and sea salt. And just put like a little teaspoon in there, just a small amount, not too much. Now, one last thing is a bonus. If you're going through depression, I know some people go through bouts of depression where, like, if they lose a loved one, or if they go through a breakup, or whatever. I mean, we're all human. We deal with pain in our own way. Some of us cry, some of us lash out in anger. We can laugh about it and pretend everything's okay, and then cry about it later when we're home by ourselves. I mean, it's just, it depends on the person, because not everyone's the same. In that instance, you're going to use a Saint Dymphna candle, which is a blue candle for healing. And to that candle, you're going to add the Temperance card. The Temperance card is all about balance. So being able to balance out your emotions, to kind of gain control of the situation. Because I know that when you go through stuff like that, it takes a toll on your mind. So Saint Dymphna is the one that helps you to calm down, and the Temperance card will help to keep your emotions in check. So there you have it. Several different spells using various tarot cards for different situations that you may be going through. If you found any one of these helpful, like I said, by all means use it. You're more than welcome to. And let me know the outcome of that situation. As always, I love you guys very much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.